daily, most days. I'm hanging with a friend, so I'm kind of traveling right now, and I still haven't figured out a way to tell you guys for sure, like, what are the days that I will be here, most definitely, and what days not. But tune in at 11:11 Pacific time. Just put on that timer and know that you'll get a chance to breathe with me on that day. And if that's the only day that you get to get a full breath of air, welcome yourself to it. So, what's coming in today? I don't have my regular setup, as you can see, outdoors, which is absolutely beautiful right now. And a little bit of what's been coming in as we wait for our chatters to come on is, I would say uncertainty, unassuredness is another way to put it. A lack of confidence can come up. I was reading a little bit of articles on ice this morning. Oh, hello everybody. How you doing, England? Hello. Thanks for being here. And as I was reading some of those articles, so I don't pay much attention to the news anymore. I don't watch it. I don't have cable. I actually watch very little TV. Let me just take this off because I'm getting a little bit warm already. I came out here because I was cold and because I wanted to connect with the land. So yeah, I was watching some of these, or listening, reading some of these articles this morning, and it was making me sad, this idea of people being able, like, taken away and brought back to where it's thought their origin of country is, right? And so I think that's some of why those energies of uncertainty, of assuredness, of that idea of like courage that is needed. Like, how do we see the world differently? And as I was tuning into this person on Instagram this morning, I love her. Check her out. Her name is Florence Given, and she does some stuff on YouTube as well. It's a new thing for her. But she was talking about how do you become the beautiful world? Like, when you become the beautiful world within you, then the world transforms around you. And I had so many great affirmations come up. A lot of you on this channel have asked, do you have any sleep recordings of your voice, meditations, or affirmations? And I haven't yet, but it's been flowing in ever since, like, I'm just like away from where I was. Stuff starts to flow in and creativity happens, and some really great stuff is coming up. So I'm really excited to be able to share that with you guys. Hi guys, how you doing? I'm just trying to see if I can read the comments real well. I'm doing well. How are all of you? If you're new here, welcome. Let me know where you're from. It's awesome to like connect with people on the other side of the world. Hey Taylor, Plumstead. Or if you want to give me a name that I can pronounce more than your YouTube name. Yeah, the whole TV thing, like you're talking about over here in the comments, I had an addiction to Netflix. So the moment I deleted that app, that freed up a lot for me. And it's amazing when we're always like, we don't have time to meditate, we don't have time to do this, or I gotta rush and do that. When we nix just that TV type scenario or movies and other things, there's a lot of time that frees up. And of course, this has to kind of apply to the social media stuff, right? I mean, here you are talking to me, but there's got to be balance in how many videos we watch in a row, right? I tell people, I'm like, give yourself like a guideline, basically. Not limit yourself, but give yourself a guideline to keep it all healthy, right? So I can see these pretty well, these comments. It's beautiful out here, guys. I love being outside. on like during this week, maybe next week, I might be outside a little bit more, connecting with the land, and that allows you to connect with the land. Great to have you here, guys. Wow. So what I was talking about was, and you can post comments, by the way, in the chat, but I'm really gonna stay more on topic to what's going on with what seems to be flowing in. And then we'll get to a point where we kind of center and breathe together and just connect with the nervous system. Hi, guys. I can't tell if those are hands or if they're flowers, but either one, hello. If you get, there goes that throat again. I think there's something, I'm totally healthy, by the way, but I think there's something, I don't know if you guys have ever had that happen, but like this throat clearing, it's like an energetic throat clearing. I can't even explain it. Hi, guys. Welcome, welcome. So we're kind of talking about, oh, by the way, IAM Love. It's a pleasure to meet you. I see there's a few people that haven't been here before. And what we do here on this channel is we kind of address a topic that's come in. It's all from my perspective, right? And I just kind of share with you guys the things that come up and then how I flow through it in life. We connect to frequency. Can you let me know, because I'm outside, can you hear this frequency in the background? This frequency is about self-esteem and restoration by Inner Lotus Music. Can you hear this? Let me see. We can hear you and the frequency. Oh, thank you so much. You're awesome. So the frequency in the background that I play, even though I talk about these different things, there's a frequency within my voice. There's a frequency that is playing behind us, in front of us, all around us. And what I bring to you on the days of 11:11 Pacific time are the ability to attune your body. So the subjects we attune to, that's the mind. The frequency we attune to, that's the heart and the overall auric field and the nervous system. And although we are not our bodies, we still get to have this beautiful experience within the body and travel around like I'm doing right now, hanging out with a friend. So let's see. Any questions so far? Okay. Can all of you hear that frequency? Is it overpowering my voice? So the energies that have come in, guys, there's a lot of uncertainty out there right now. There's a lot of things happening. And although I don't stay abreast of the news, I hear things. And like I said, it was like my heart goes out to all of those that are being kind of forced to go back to where it is thought their place of origin is, right? Depending on their ethnicity. So I had known it was intense, just the information I read this morning. I was like, wow, how real is that? And so it's good to attune to what's going on in the world, even when you're going down the spiritual path, even when you're trying to stay positive. And I felt into some of my own things recently, you know. I'm creating my website so that you guys can access these recordings that don't have me jibber jabbering through the lives. I'll be kind of editing them with a friend and then posting them so that it'll be available to you guys on my website. And as I was going through these things, I've had a few different like snags, little bumps happen in this scenario of just hanging out with a friend or friends too. And I was like, wow, that is an energy, the uncertainty. How do I get around that? Not around it. How do I move through it? How do I move through times that just feel like they're not solid, that just feel like they're a little like wonky. And you can decide at that point, either you're going to totally break down and cry, or you're going to take a breath and you're going to center yourself and ask yourself, where's myself right now? Where am I right now? Am I safe? What do I have available to me right now? What are the comforts that I have in my life right now? And all of that was coming up this morning as I was creating affirmations for these recordings for all of you who enjoy the voice and want, I don't know if some of you want it without music and some with music, but that would be a good thing to know. Hi guys. Ginger tea is awesome. If you can't hear me, you might try popping off and then popping back on. And any of you who are regulars with me, just help out those in the comments if they ask like why I'm here. Why are we all here, really, right? It's the constant question. I had someone ask me last night, I went to a function that was a beautiful, it was all wrapped around music and about positivity and people who do like affirmational type music, but it's like rock music. It's fun to listen to, it's fun to dance to, and really good food at this place. And there were a couple people talking about the ups and downs happening right now, like where are we headed? What's my purpose? That's been coming up too. Like I've asked that over the years, and we get caught up in this energetic world, especially once we get on the spiritual path, as to like, what is our purpose? Like it has to be, I have to get getting on my purpose, right? And part of that is we were kind of asleep for so long. And like the years I spent like binge watching Netflix, I could have been learning a language. I could have been crafting a different kind of craft and making it available to people, right? So it's definitely a time to pay attention. What are our habits? How are we living in the world? What are we bringing to the world for ourselves, like for our own joy, our own happiness? And then how does that spill out into the rest of the world, right? We're kind of like the pebble. We're the pebble on that still surface, and every new wonderful way that we improve ourselves and bring joy to ourselves, we're that ripple that just keeps rippling out into that vibrational world, right? I'm gonna see if there are any questions here. Hopefully the person that couldn't hear me has got it. All right, we've got quite a few people here, so I'm gonna go down to the bottom. You subscribed, awesome, thank you. Oh, by the way, I don't always remember to ask. I have found recently that without me unlocking this video for lives, by the way, there's like 1,000 of you guys out there watching me before I even unlock the video. And I think that means that it's all you guys showing up here live. So I think I have some sort of 500 and some subscribers. So if you enjoy my company and you're wondering what's going to come up or what we're going to talk about, please subscribe and give it the thumbs up. It helps the algorithm, and yeah, it'll just help me to continue bringing more of what this is coming through me to bring to you on a regular basis. So I thank you. I thank you so much for all you guys who've been here. I just want to give you a little appreciation right now. I thank you so much, and I'm so grateful for you guys being here and sending your love to me, and as I send my love to you. And just that idea of, you know, we're not alone. Even if we're just here together at 11:11 Pacific time on these days, tapping into the frequency, feeling our hearts, that is something. That is something that maybe wasn't there before. And if you're here, there's definitely something here for you. There are no coincidences. It's all synchronicity. Even I will say even the setbacks, because I've had a few setbacks recently, and I'm like, no, oh my gosh, no. And then I've reached out to people, and it takes a lot of courage to be like, I'm gonna need some help. This is what's going on, and I'm not sure if you can help me, but I'm gonna need some help. And I've had to do that a couple times, like more than I would like to this last week. We're taught as women to be like, we can handle anything. We're even taught sometimes that we don't need a man, right? And some of that goes a little bit overboard. When I look at like what's on Threads, some of that is a little overboard. So for some of you men out there, I'm just gonna apologize a little bit for some of us women out there that have gotten so used to doing so much for ourselves that we sometimes don't keep that balance between our divine feminine and our divine masculine. And you men, you have that balance too, the feminine, masculine coherence. The balance is available to you. And you know when you're out of balance, when you're not leaving enough time to like be you, to explore you, to have joy in the activities, to not break out of the habits, even if it's a good habit. Like this goes for men and women both. We have a lot of great habits, but it's important to change it up. It's important to allow the energy to flow. Yes, one co-creation. That's kind of what it's about. Yeah, that's where that name came up. And it's funny because before, in my past lives here, and when I speak of the past lives here, I'm talking about like from the time we're born to like right now, because we have many different lives many different personalities that come out, right? I was never great. I have a background in graphic design, and some of that had to do with marketing, right? And I was never great at coming up with the snazzy names. I came up with one name and a great logo for like clothing that was would be considered emo, like all black, but very like Alice in Wonderland-ish and very sexy. And it was called Callus. And that was the first time I came up with a name that everybody in my class was like, oh my God, can I use that? Like, I want to use that for something. Like, can I buy that name from you? And I was like, wow, cool. I did it. I finally like contributed something that was really part of me and authentic. And so one co-creation is like that too. And that's what we're doing here, is we're all coming together to co-create together. I'm so glad. Hello guys, hello to the new people. Am I from heaven? Oh, most definitely. You know what song I like to hear that's coming up? So when you say from heaven, right? From the stars we fall. There's that song from The Wizard of Oz, and The Wizard of Oz is kind of like coming in. It came in on the last YouTube too. That which that we are Dorothy, and as we travel through this world, we have companions, we have guides with us, and like the Tin Man, the Lion, and the Scarecrow, they're there for us, right? We just have guides of a different nature. Some of us connect with angelic guides. Some of us connect with Yeshua, who's also Jesus. Some of us connect with more of the Essenes, which Jesus was a part of. The Magdalens, priests and priestesses of Avalon. There's so much that we can connect with, right? But the song that comes in, and you'll see this is what I do on this channel. I talk about different things and then I circle back. And I'm getting really good at it, I think, to be able to hold those thoughts and then circle back. So there's that song. Let me get it here. Hold on. I'm going to turn down the frequency for a moment. It's a Kansas song. It's actually hard to come up with this frequency in the background. Hold on. I'm going to turn it all the way down. Let me just feel for a minute. Oh, okay. This is something that I sang during the COVID pause when everybody was staying inside. I was connecting with the land, and I was taking a walk outside, and I was connecting with the trees, and occasionally I'd see a person with a dog, but it was overall really quiet. And this had been after a couple months when we had already found out that not everything that we were being told was totally true. And I also had the opportunity to have, because I have a background in hair and it's a traveling studio that I provide, I was able to have like nurses and EMT people that were coming to me and giving me kind of more information than what we were getting from the news. So I had more of a sense of safety than most people. And this is the song I sang. Let's see. I'm gonna close my eyes because it's gonna distract me to look at you guys or to look at me or the comments. So here I go. Come out wherever you are, and meet the young lady who fell from the stars. I fell from the stars, I fell very far, and Pleiades, I said, is the name of the star. Pleiades, I say, is the name of the star. And I would just kind of sway into that and talk, like, do the little Oompa Loompa. Is it Oompa Loompas? No, that's a totally different movie. The Munchkins, you know, do their little vibration in the background. And I would just keep singing that. And as I would sing that, my voice would get clearer and clearer and louder and louder. And if you caught me years ago, I would never be singing in public at all. And some of you out there might be like, yeah, and you should probably stop that. And some of you out there are going to appreciate how much courage it takes to just let it out, right? So, which brings us back to like the uncertainty, right? Having courage in the uncertainty. How do I do that? You guys might all have different ways to do that. I come back to that center, that courage, that assuredness through breath. I also feel into my heart, like, what do I have? If there is what is, quote, called a problem that arises in life, like an unexpected something. I had an unexpected something that happened this morning where I had certain funds and then I didn't have those exact funds anymore. And I was like, oh, what just happened there? And it turns out I have a yearly subscription to a beautiful YouTube channel. Her name is Alunia Noel. And this happened to be the day that it came out. The very day I was going to use those particular funds for something else. And I was like, oh, okay. So here we have like an example of financial uncertainty, right? Because there's a couple things happening in my life I haven't really talked about. The reason I travel the way I travel, and that I'm able to, by the way, because some of you had asked, like, where are you? What's home base? And how does that all work for you? And I do have a traveling studio, but I have not been advertising beyond the places I travel to. And I offer conscious cuts, conscious cuts and waxing, and that is a silent session. Not quite silent as you think, but it's a time of mindfulness and connection to oneself so that I can create an energetic space for your epiphanies to arise and give you some clarity. And that's what I do with that business. But I haven't been participating in that business regularly, right? So I have like this one income. And this might resonate with a lot of you, so this could be why I'm talking about it. But when you have to kind of say that one income goes on pause for a while, because I have that income and then I have a rental. Say something occurs where one or both of those have to go on pause or do get to go on pause. There's uncertainty that can come up, right? And how am I going to do this or how am I going to do that, right? And it's really easy for a person to freak out. And luckily, I've had certain tools in my life that I've participated in that help me not go into that zone anymore, but get into more of the heart and like, all right, breathe, breathe and just focus on what you're continuing to focus on, because it really, what is occurring, as long as you're safe, as long as you have certain comforts that are needed, you know, then you're okay. And I've had this certainty where I am now. Like, I wasn't sure where I was going to stay when I traveled. I'm traveling a little bit differently than I normally would. Like, I don't have my truck. I don't have my mobile studio as where I am. And it's a whole new thing for me to not have just those fun things, the ability to go in and like grab my hammock and bring it up and string it on a tree and sleep under the stars, right? I love sleeping under the stars. And so I don't have those things right now. So what do? We adapt. And how do we adapt in a conscious manner? How do we not freak out our nervous system? Part of that has to do with the thoughts that come in and how far we allow those thoughts to just roll on and on and on. Just gonna check out the comments real quick. Hi guys. You guys tell me a lot of things about yourself. A man that wants to become a woman, is that okay? You're asking if it's okay with me. Is it okay with you? That's what's important. If you're okay with it, then that's really all that matters. I have no judgments about other people's lives and how they live their lives. I have ways I live my life. I was talking to someone about polyamory the other day, and where I am with that, right? But it has no reflection on those who participate in those things in their life. All right. Can kind of, sorry, my reflections with the bright light out here is a little different. Wonderful, Jeff, thank you. So you're enjoying the voice. Everyone's enjoying the voice. So it's just a signal for me to, rather than focus on the uncertainty, say in my life currently, I will decide to focus on the things that mean a lot, like the fact of me coming outside and being in the sunshine, the ability to travel where I am right now, the ability for to be thankful for friends, because I have friends that are coming through for me for for different things right now that I didn't want to have to ask for, right? I like to really solely depend on myself, but this life is meant to be more interdependent than it is for us to be dependent or completely independent, because there can be a dissonance with either one of those, right? So as we get back to the subject of uncertainty and then courage, this is kind of how I work through it. There are these uncertainties that arise, and I'm not always this calm, right? I'm gonna have times you haven't seen. If you want to look at the really early videos, I have some really early videos that have to do with me being all teary-eyed on YouTube. I was a little worried that that whole channel was going to be that way, where I get on YouTube and I'm breathing through some intensity that's happening, and I'm just breathing and helping people follow through with me how to release the intensity out of the body. That's how I started, was by that intention for showing up for you guys. So, all right, to center in, the uncertainty can diminish. It's not a way of bypassing. It's not a way of ignoring, is another word, or sweeping it underneath the rug. All of these things that arise for us, or are arising right now, are there for a reason. We are shedding. We are shedding our skin. We are becoming anew. And this is one of the ways, like, we're kind of given these chances. When these things arise of uncertainty, how will we respond? How can we respond? And a lot of it is, where am I now? It's like, where am I now? Right now I'm in the sunshine. I'm talking to you beautiful people. I wasn't sure what the subject was going to be when we came on here, but I'm talking to all of you. You're talking back. We're here co-creating together, and what comes through comes through. No censoring, really. But I do try and only answer the questions that have to do with the subject matter, or if something in particular is going on in your life and I can see the question, then I will go ahead and answer that. Because I can overall see. You like my aura. I'm curious, what do you see in the aura, the color? I've been told different things. I'm kind of curious if you can see, if you are a person that has that clear sense, because that's what we do on this channel. We tap into our clear senses and just get familiar with something more than we've been told we have, something that we've had since the time that we arrived here on this planet. If you can sense certain colors around me, please tell me, because I would enjoy that. I've been a very brilliant purple at one point in my life, and then I was a very bright orange with pink essence, like a rosy pink, rosy orange or pink. Kind of like many flowers that I really love. That beautiful sacral color that is more fifth dimensional. The original chakras are their basic colors, but they're actual fifth dimensional chakras. So if those resonate with you, feel free to look that up. Look up how we actually have 12 chakras that are functioning within right now. They're not necessarily outside of us, although there are others. And take a look at that. Your aura is a diamond. Oh wow, that's interesting. A diamond, like a bright white light. See, in this time of uncertainty, that's a great confirmation. I love that. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Something about Poland. Yes, so my mother's from Poland, and so by relation, I am part Polish, although a Polish person might actually be like, she's not Polish. And it would be true, technically. I was born in America, so I can still, though, jak się masz? Co ty robisz? What you doing? Ja kocham ciebie. I love you. I would love to speak more languages. Part of what's come through for me on this journey is throughout a child, I would hear other languages, and I would know without a doubt that I have the ability to understand other people's languages. And I'm kind of waiting for that to, I'm like awaiting it. I'm not waiting, but I'm kind of looking forward to being able to be a translator. I'm going to be like one of those on Star Trek, right? Where they tune in and then they can translate whatever language is right before them. And so that's a little bit what light language is all about too. I'm not Jewish, but yeah, wonderful people. And so this is what I do. This is what I do when there's times of uncertainty. My focus right now will be to continue getting creative in the mornings, because that's where it flows in. So I'm going to encourage you guys that if you have noticed that information flows into yourself before you're like really waking up, there are epiphanies that might come in. I encourage you to either have a pad of paper and write them down, or to use your phone and do a voice memo, because the voice to text isn't always precise. And then just get those ideas out there and then come back to them when you can. So I will be creating, I feel it more and more now, I will be creating these different affirmations, different recordings for you guys to listen to as you fall asleep at night or as you wake up in the morning. There's been different ones coming out of me than what I usually listen to, because at first I thought, well, maybe I'll kind of pick something I've heard on a regular basis and then just kind of feel into parts of that and then like bring that to you guys. But the other aspect of me was like, no, try it completely on your own first. Like, what is it that wants to come out of your soul and speak those words to these people? And what's coming out is some really great affirmations that have to do with having childlike play, and then having just more soul language is what's coming through, really. Soul language. So does that all make sense to you guys? The ability to pause with your breath, to get to a centered point. You know, how to use spirituality with practical tools. How do we do that? For me, it's music. I have different affirmation music that I don't know if it's AI generated or what, but man, does it make me feel good. I posted one in a recent video called Already Mine. It's by the Queen of Manifestation. And if you're feeling a little off in your frequency, like there's a lot going on, that's one that's beautiful to listen to. See if there are any questions here. Blue-white color, kind of like the reflection of light through a crystal. Or reflection of falling snow in the sun, a soft blue to many colors. Wow, Kevin, thanks. So that is what my aura looks like now. That's really great. So that makes me think of rainbow tones, spectrums of color. I've been connecting to rainbows lately, and those are one of the affirmations. I have a daily affirmation. For a while it was, I am a divine, Christed being of light. Another one was, I am a divine balance of the feminine and masculine in form. And then, I am a being of rainbow light. I am the purity of God's sight. There are beautiful, rather old, but still beautiful. Her name is, I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, and you might know her. Claire Prophet, is that her name? Back in her day, which I think was the 60s and the 70s, she brought the violet flame of Saint Germain to many people, and I connect with both the violet flame and Saint Germain. That was one of the early guides, and it all had to do with purification. It had to do with me bringing my energy to different parts of the land and bringing that purification to the land, and also to the spaces. During that COVID pause that we had, I brought the violet flame intentionally to almost every single space that I entered during that time, so that it could alchemize the fear that was going on for most people. So if that resonates, I'm gonna hold my phone still because I think it's shaking because it's on my hand, my knee. So the violet flame, Marie Claire Prophet, or just Claire Prophet. Some of her, early on, wow, this looks really religious. I was even like, the word everybody uses, right? When people actually get together and they unify and they work together, they always have that C word that they're like, this is just right? And that popped in for a minute, but overall I was like, let me just hear the information. I might not be resonant with how they do things or how they're dressed, right? They're all in the 60s, 70s. But what about the information? Let me just pay attention to the information. And sometimes I do that. I'll actually turn off the video part and just listen to the info and see what the heart says. Thank you for that information, guys, about the aura. We all have different gifts, and it's a really great thing that we can share them with each other. And what that creates is almost like puzzle pieces coming together, right? The one co-creation again, right? creating like a full picture, but not just one picture, like infinity pictures where it just continues and continues and continues. Could you imagine a puzzle of creation like that, where things just continue? You find the pieces and they fit, and you turn them around. And life is like that sometimes too, where the uncertainties that come up, we're looking, okay, that piece doesn't fit in there. We're looking for a specific color. How do we get this piece to fit? We force a piece in there and then we kind of look back at it and we're like, no, that's not the right piece. So life is like that too. It's full of those puzzle pieces that we get to like participate in. Nothing is being done to us. We get to make these choices and we get to see, okay, how am I going to navigate through this? How can I navigate through this with flow? When we add water in there and how it flows, how would we navigate something of uncertainty with flow? Would it be all jagged and yelling at someone, or crying out ourselves necessarily? No, not that that's a bad thing. There's plenty of times where it's totally beneficial to just wail. If you can hear it, there's someone in the background out here, a young one that is really unhappy. I don't know if you can hear her, but there's some unhappiness in her life. So sometimes you need that time where you get to like grab a pillow and just scream into the pillow and just let out that energy, right? Because it's more healthy to let it out. And mind you, it's more healthy to let it out when you're on your own, like if it's pretty intense, or anger or something like that, not project it at another person, but ask for space or take yourself to another location and kind of work through those energies that are coming through, right? Hi guys, thank you for being here. Hello, Dougie. Thank you for the hearts. Interesting throat chakra, bringing about personal rainbows to speak your truth. A wonderful bridge to the inner self. Interself. I like that, like interstellar. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, so all of you here, if this is resonating with you, you guys are also that rainbow bridge. That's what you're here for. Each of you is a different spectrum. That's why we have these different colors that emanate from us, and wonderful, beautiful people that can recognize that and let us know that even though life might be a little, it's like, guess what? You're radiating purple today. Or guess what? You're kind of blue, but you're like blue in a brilliant blue. Or you're looking rather pink today. Like it's a really good pink. You tell some women that they're looking red or pink and they can take offense, but no, your energetic field is showing this brilliant root chakra, this foundation that you've got, like you got that and you're rocking it, right? Or your sacral is so emanating because you're being so creative and you're bringing all this art in so many different ways to the world. And this goes for more than just people who consider themselves artists. There are real, look what people like to call right brain or left brain, right? And all those people that are out there and they're handling the technical stuff, like the stuff that I'm not into, right? And they love it. Like they're planning, they're coming up with ways to do things, they're making it all happen. You guys too are artistic. I'm gonna say it one more time. You also are artistic because you are still creating. You're just creating in a totally different way. It may not be a masterpiece that hangs on the wall. It might be a masterpiece at your job where everybody's job flows together and you're the one that brings all the pieces together, right? It's puzzle pieces to create a unity within whatever system you are trying to make functional, right? A lot of us are out there working with systems and figuring out ways to make them, to have them become more functional and less dysfunctional, right? We have a lot of great people out there. I'm gonna just take a quick look here. Hello, Germany. Wow. Great to have you here. Just arrived in the US. Awesome. Where did you arrive from? Oh, wait. Germany. Okay. I think you're from Germany. Sorry, guys. It's hard to see the reflections. Eventually, I'm going to be getting together with some of you guys, but this is going to be over Zoom. This week, I'm going to be working diligently in combination with working with the land here, because I'm where I am for a specific reason. So I work with the land where I'm at. I tune in. There's a frequency coming in. Just kind of celebrated the fire horse, the year of the fire horse, and what that means. If some of you don't know, it means things are going to be moving quickly. It means there's going to be a lot of changes. And it also means that it's time to tap into the fire that is you, to tap into your threefold flame, to balance that sucker out, because we have wisdom, love, wisdom, and power within this threefold flame. And if you look into Claire Prophet, you'll learn more about the threefold flame and what that is. But it's a radiation of light in total balance that makes up the violet flame. Hello from Israel. Thank you for the compliments, my lovelies. You are also very lovely, and I'm excited to see all your faces. I will have on my website, there will be a free recording that I took from one of the previous lives I've done, because I don't know if you want to call it channeling or messages that comes through when I breathe and when I have frequency in the background. So that will be available to you guys when you sign up for an email. Once I have that site up, I will let you guys know. It is not up fully yet, it's still in transition. And place for an email. There will be a place for member subscription, different price points to kind of go along with everybody, which means that really means that I have to show up. That means that I will be showing up for you guys on a live Zoom call once a week, and then incorporating other intuitives as well into that space, because it's not something I can do here on YouTube. YouTube has a lot of restrictions about what you can share, which is quite amazing, because all of us are on these like conscious creators are like, hey, share my stuff, like it, subscribe, and share it with people, like utilize it, because that's why we bring this work to everybody, is so that people can tap more into the heart center. They can get that heart-mind coherence. Heart math is a wonderful thing. If that resonates with you, look that up. Hi guys. Glad to have you here. Oh, you're from Peru. Wow. I wish I could see more. This is the thing about being outside, is it's harder to, because of the reflections. All right, what else we have here? Live stream share, able to bring good energies to us. Your voice modulates at comforting frequency with kindness. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Something is happening with the voice. I don't know when it started, but I'm glad it's happening. I don't know what it is, but again, I'm glad that it's helpful and that it brings comfort to all of you. I am Gabrielle, Heart of Pachamama. Awesome. Hello, Soul Mirror. King Kong, hello. I like that name. All right, you guys, we're at 49 minutes. I'm going to turn up the frequency. Let's breathe and see if there's a message that comes in. It'll come in. Take a moment. I'm going to turn this up. This is the frequency of you are energy. As we've been talking about auric fields, self-assurance, the calibration of your solar plexus, which is kind of where that fire thrives. Like it's how we connect with the sun, kind of like Superman and Superwomen, where we recalibrate through the sun. We have nutrients that come from the light comes from the sun.